This is Lawrence. Let me come in front of the camera, making another thrift store vinyl video. I don't know where to begin. As I said in my other videos, these are, I'm spotlighting my thrift store vinyl finds from 2017 and 18. Two very good years of thrift store findings, and so I'm making a series of videos because I didn't have time to do that while I was out there finding these wonderful pieces of vinyl. Okay. The previous video I did was on the first 4 Monkey albums I found, mint condition, very unusual. Watch the video. Today, shifting gears a bit, and I'm sure everybody who goes to thrift stores to vinyl hunt have run across the 4-phase stereo albums on the London label. Most of them are gatefolds. Oops, this has a piece of paper in it. Most of them are gatefolds with the technical information on the 4-phase phase 4 stereo process, and then information about each piece, each selection of music that's on the album. Late 1950s and 60s brought a lot of experimentation with the new format called stereo, and a label called Command Records pioneered it. They pioneered something called stereo, ping pong stereo, which means you heard an instrument bounce back and forth between channels, okay? And they also had some really cool album covers. Again, they pioneered the gatefold with the same technical information and music on the piece. Command Records was geared towards the Audiopine. They are some of the most clean sounding, most rich recording albums I've ever heard, and I've got a collection of about 50 of these, and I'm going to make a separate video on just on the Command, but I just dig the artwork, like Picasso designed it. These are also just very collectible for the artwork alone. You can, really hang them on the, put them in an album frame and hang them on the wall. So, having said that, there was a number of other record companies that kind of, took up what Command started, and the Phase 4 stereo by London Records. And I have a number of these albums I'm going to show you. They put out quite a lot. The ones I like to collect are mostly Latin music. Some of the best Latin music I've ever heard are off of these. This is Dance Again, and Monto Ross, when he was a big band leader of Latin music. Look him up. So this is nice, and they're in nice glossy laminated covers, and so they kept really well, and the artwork on these is really cool, as you can see. So I'm going to show off the Latin albums. Very cool. They're all gatefold. And this is one I picked up today. I mean, I just label it all Latin music, but you have South America, and then Mexican Latin type of music. And I just got this today. This was brand new. It's still in the shrink wrap. And on these albums, you have a lot of percussions and shakers and those different types of instruments, guitars, percussion type of instruments. There you go. You know, bongo drums. This is where they incorporate brass into Latin music. And this outfit here, I'm not going to pronounce the name. I got a number of the albums, and this is more, you know, tropical, exotic type of Latin music. And you know, got the birds on the back. Another one. That's pretty cool. And what you heard at the beginning is pretty much what you hear throughout all these albums, you know, different tempos and, you know, stuff like that. So this is the Latin albums. Phase 4, there's other, I got my sheet notes here. I'm going to read a little bit from here. Phase 4 became quickly known for its characteristic sound, warm, rich, clean, and expanded the scope and spectrum of recording sound. Using Decca Pioneer's 20-channel mixing deck, the label aims to deliver immediate, intimate sound to give listener a experience through the art of the recording. Produced, recorded with an unprecedented sense of realism and movement. Okay, sorry if my reading's off. Okay, there's actually a number of box sets of these of the 4 phase, and each box set has like 40 CDs. So that just really let you know how the vastness of phase 4, the releases, and I don't know how many box sets there are, but it's really cool artwork. I'm going to post a link to a couple links to the box set, them showing the artwork and everything, and also a link to one of the technicians talking about phase 4 stereo, the techniques, the methods, because you know, I'm not a sound engineer. I don't know anything about that. I'm just showing some cool albums off. And of course, phase 4 will continue. That's all the Latin music. What's happening? This is pretty groovy, pretty far out there. And these are mostly covers of the hits of the day. Hey Jude, Ride My Seesaw, Light My Fire, Scarborough Fair, the Nature of Love, For Once in My Life, Both Sides Now. Pretty groovy. They went into like movie theme music and classical. I mean, they covered the gauntlet. Okay, and that's a pretty cool album cover. Here's another one. I can't pronounce that word, but it's a type of music associated with classical and then later popular, where they used a lot of the classical instruments and exotic keyboards. And the person here, this name right here, he was the person who played French horn on the Beatles song For No One. As I said, foreign films. And lastly, Mercury Records went into the business too of expanded stereo sound. So I got a couple of their records here, and this is Spanish music. Pretty cool album cover. Again, gatefold with information on the recordings in each piece. This is a cool cover right here. I just enjoy showing these covers off. They're really great period artwork. And this guy was like the king of Latin music. I'm not going to pronounce his name, but you got the bongo drums throughout, the shakers. This guy was married to Charo. I'm sure you remember her. And this is a sampler album. Pretty cool. Here on the back it shows the releases. And even United Artists did their own thing with something called Ultra Auto. So I'm going to post about 2 or 3 links. One is a sound engineer explaining the process used for these type of recordings during that period. Another one, Amazon.com, advertising the box sets, and maybe one more link. Anyway, I'm just seeing if there's any other information that's worth reading here. 40 CDs to a box set. Wow. What's the price on this one? Let's see. $164. I think I'll stick with my $1.49 thrift store finds. Also, you can find these albums in very good condition because they were geared more toward the audio file person, and they took better care of their records, and plus good materials. Laminating was used on the album, so they held up really well through the ages. I will later do the Command, this one right here, the Command video. It's very interesting. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you will subscribe to my channel and leave a comment. Have a good day. Bye.